I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but I keep forgetting, so I'm just going to do it now so I don't forget in the future. Today, I am going to do a Sombra guide because loads of people have been asking for one on all the videos, all the Sombra montages. Got 118 hours in quick play and around about 10 hours in comp. And I'm Grandmaster, almost top 500. I think I should know what I'm talking about. So, without further ado, let's go on into it. I'm going to split this up into 5 sections, I think, because this is probably going to be the easiest way to talk about it. So first up, we've got aiming, and then it'll be translocating, then it'll be hacking, then it'll be initiation, and then it'll be disruption. So, in the practice range, what I like to do quite a lot is go here. Especially before starting the day, because it's very useful to just, you know, learn how to aim. The practice bots don't move over here, so it's really good to just put your crosshair on their eyes. Don't just put it on the head, because the head is quite big. If you put them on their eyes, that's like simulating like an Anna's head or Tracer's head or something like that. You can also do some backwards and forwards as well. It's just training you for when you're moving and aiming, because you're going to have to do that quite a lot. But what I like to do is I like to go up here now. I like to follow this guy around a bit. Especially his head and sometimes his body if you're just starting out, because his body's easier. But when you're more confident, you can go for his head. I'm very bad today. I am so sorry. These down here I'd ignore. Next I go here. I like to test out how much range I have, because every day it's quite nice to know what range you can fight from. Down here, this is, to be honest, this is pretty close. You don't really need to be this close unless you're fighting like a widow or something, because you do a lot of damage there. But if I show you now, when we get back here, you do like half the damage, but you can still clean it up, kills very quickly. So this is her, like, I'd say this is her max range. You want to be back here. You can go further, but you're not going to be doing any damage at all. Look. It takes around about a whole clip of someone stood still. Next, we go here. I do this one for around about 10 minutes. This is the one that really is important. And I just stand here and I follow the bots' heads around. You don't want to predict where they're going to go. You're going to want to follow their movement. So this guy here, I don't want to, because I know he's going to go over there and he's going to go through that door. I don't want to follow that. I want to just try and not predict where he's going to go and just follow his eye, try and forget where he's going to go, which is a lot easier said than done. And when you're more confident, you can then start moving around, aiming at the back. So for example, I know he's going to turn up there. Walk up here, and then you can go on in here and then just practice from like above. Practice range is good for just aiming in general, but it won't really help you in the long run because players don't just move in straight lines when you're shooting them. After doing this, I would actually go into the custom games thing and put on some hard bots. Even them are pretty bad, to be honest, because they'll just go in straight lines. So if you want, you could get some friends together and make them just walk around a bit, trying to train your aim. But if you're like me, you'll just do this because you don't have any friends. Anyway, now we're going to go on to translocating. So, for translocating, what I would do is I would go on your favourite map, or a map that has a lot of high ground, because you'll really want to be throwing it from a low ground onto high ground, because high ground to low ground is a lot easier, sorry. Hanamura Point B has a lot of high ground, a lot of verticality, because it's a massive room. So straight away, what I would do is throw your trans up there, get a feel for the translocator. You're going to be using it so often, it's unreal. Just try and throw it around a bit, throw it from maybe here to there. Just want to get a feel for how far you can throw the trans. From my best description, I would say aim a little bit higher than you want to go, unless you're like already at like a 45-degree angle, like aiming upwards like that. If you aim any higher, you're gonna go like even shorter, if you know what I mean. Like for example, if I just do that again, I could have done it more easily if I did that. Also, sometimes it looks like it's bounced off the edge. This is a great tip because it will really throw people off if you're in stealth. Basically, you can throw the trans so it's like slightly bounced off the edge, like that, but you can translocate to it and it will still like keep you above it because there's a slight delay. It's a really good tip like that. It's because if you're in stealth and do that, it will look like you've fallen down and they will start shooting on the low ground and won't follow you up onto the high ground. It has saved me so many times, especially in like Temple of Anubis with the little windows above point. Like that, it works so well. And sometimes it looks like you've gotten over and sometimes you haven't. It's such a great tool. You need to use it, especially if you get a feel for it. And secondly, you're going to be wanting to operate around the team fight, but not in it. You're going to want to be behind the enemy team. You don't really want to be with your own team unless you're trying to build ult charge. So what if, say your team's up here, and they're defending people down here. This is mainly for Hanamura, but it works on other maps. You have a lot of options here. So if you're on the high ground, you can translocate up here and start fighting in there. Or you can jump from that to here. Or what you could do is when you're on the low ground, you could have a trans set up here. But it's not very useful because that's only if you really want to hack any health packs. You could come around here, and if your stealth is about to run out when you're running up there, you could just throw your trans through there, hack that health pack, wait a minute, and then throw your trans through there, and then you're instantly behind them. You could EMP. You can do loads of stuff. You need to get behind the enemy, take out their supports, or just distract them, so that if they're like Reinhardt turns around, and your Reinhardt's up here, he can earth shatter them then, and that's so helpful. You could hack him, but sometimes you don't have enough time. With Sombra, you just want to really stop them doing what they're doing, and it will open up so many possibilities for your team. It's great. So you can translocate up here. You just need to get a feel for the translocate. I know I keep saying it, but if you want to play Sombra correctly, that is what you need to master. Your stealth is like just initiating, going in, and your translocator is just going out, going in, going around, killing supports. Sometimes I will literally throw my trans into supports and then start shooting them, and then like try and stealth out, like jump down and stealth out. And sometimes I'll just throw it up, EMP. So, next category is something I do not remember. So another map that I really like for Sombra is King's Row, because it has a lot of health packs for going in and also around the point that are quite useful. So for King's Row, you've got two options. Usually what I like to do is I like to go down here and hack this health pack. This is straight away, this will be the health pack option. This won't be about hacking people right now. We'll talk about that in a minute. I hack this health pack here, throw a trans on it, go in, and I'll go over here. And then as soon as my hack is off cooldown, I'll hack this as well. This is because this is really helpful if your team get up here. And from here, as long as they haven't seen me, I won't translocate, and if they had seen me, I will translocate back. If they haven't seen me, I will come in here and hack this, and then throw a trans on it, go up here, and usually they'll have a widow or something here, or up here, and I'll obviously try and clean them up and kill them, and if I get caught or if I'm almost low, I will just teleport. Back here I will wait for a second, or I'll go stealth and then throw a trans over here and then just teleport back. This is where my team's going to go. Usually the team will come over here. This is the second option you have. You could just trans straight in and go stealth. And now you're over here, and if your team, if you're in comp, this is very useful. If your team is going to initiate through here, I like to hack that health pack, because then your team can go through here and any supports or anything might have to come in here and get some health, and usually a DPS might walk through here and kill some people out here. You could also, if they're initiating around here, hack this health pack, because then you can get this health pack if Reinhardt's here holding up the barrier. You're pretty safe here. There's a lot of health packs on this map, and they're very useful depending on what your team is going to do. This one here is quite useless. I would only hack this if you're about to die, and you've just come back and that one isn't hacked and that one's been taken. This is a lot more secluded than that one, because that one you can see across there. This one's very secluded unless it's like a Genji or something sees you. You can stand in this corner, hack it, take it, and then just throw a trans down and go in. That is health packs. You always want to hack the health packs that are going to be very useful to either you and other flankers, or you and your whole team. You've got to do a lot of thinking when it's happening with Sombra, especially when it comes to hacking. Right, so now I'm going to talk about hacking players, because players are what you should be hacking almost all of the time. So if you go through there and come over here, there's a lot of different routes on each map, but this is like a good one for Sombra here. Usually Reinhardt, Orisa, Mei, Roadhog, Genji if he's deflecting, that's a great hack target. Anyone like that who requires their abilities to do anything really, like Mei's her stall, Roadhog his hook, Genji his deflect and swift strike, Reinhardt his barrier, stuff like that. You always want to prioritize them. So let's say Reinhardt was here protecting his whole team. If I can do it, if I can safely select Reinhardt and I see that, like that little red thing, red square around Reinhardt, I will hack him. But you really want to be careful. I'd probably set up a trans over there while you were doing this, because as soon as you hack him, they will all turn and they will shoot you. You need to instantly hack him, like that, and then trans. You can trans like literally a millisecond before you finish the hack, because Sombra will literally, like this, she will complete the hack even though she's not there, because you hear the sound and it goes on cooldown. It is very useful to do stuff like this around corners as well, like that. Like had no line of sight, but I can do it. So you can sort of do it when you're going around corners. But if you do that twice, like sidestep to the right, to the left, that will also help against enemies. You want to be sure, like if there's like a Reinhardt here or like a Reinhardt here, and none of their enemy teams there, obviously you can come out here and then do that. Reinhardt will get hacked and you're safe, but you might want to translocate straight up here. The map is very important. You need to know the map's layout. I'd say even more than like how Tracer requires the map layout, because if you do not know the map's layout, you will not know where to go next and you will die so often. If the enemy team is stalling, like with Mei, Tracer, and stuff like that, always hack Tracer when she's reloading, or hack Mei when she's reloading, or something like that. If Mei's coming out here to get onto this point, I will stand here, have a trans over there, stand here, hack Mei while she's coming, so then she can't stall, and hopefully our team will just kill her straight away. If I see their whole team coming, I will EMP, because I know my team is right there, and they can come in, and sometimes EMP makes them back out, so we get the point for free, and its ridiculous charge rate is just great for that. Or sometimes it'll allow our team to go in, so I can stay on point and capture it while they're killing them all, which will allow us to push the payload even further. You always just want to get behind the enemy, hack a turret while it's shooting enemy teammates, especially in Molten Core. Wait for the turret to be shooting something else, like a Reinhardt barrier on your team, and just hack it. That will help your team so much. It will nullify Torbjorn's ult for that duration, and it is a wonderful ability. You need to be using it all the time, and if you don't, you will not be playing her correctly. Finally, the last two things I want to shed light on is initiation and disruption. For initiation, this can be on attack and defense, but it works best on attack because you want to be initiating into the point. Sombra is probably the best initiator in this game just because of her moveset. For Eichenwald, it's one of the hardest maps, or it used to be one of the hardest maps before they added that. And it still is. It's a really hard map to get past this choke point, especially if they have like a Symmetra or anything. But Sombra completely removes that issue. All she can do to get into the point is that, throw a trans, go stealth, and do that. She's in. Turrets cannot attack her in stealth. She can get through here now, safe, and she could also throw her trans up there. She's completely safe now, unless an enemy comes through here, a Pharah shoots her from above, or Widow's there. You can set up a trans up here, that's bugged, and then get behind them here. Or if a turret isn't here, or if a turret is there, you can come here and hack a Reinhardt right there. Hacking the Reinhardt that's blocking the choke and saving his team will mean they have to push back. That is the best way to initiate on any map, basically. Trying to get behind them or throwing a trans straight in the sky and then translocating to it. You need to get the high ground. Get the high ground behind the enemies and hack the Reinhardt turret or anything. And that is how you initiate. As soon as that's happened, tell your team, just come on guys, push through. I've hacked Reinhardt or something. And then they will come through. And hopefully, if they are capable, win you the point. And finally, last thing I want to talk about is disruption. Disruption is very similar to initiation, which is why they're combined on this list. Whereas initiation is getting in, disruption is doing it throughout the whole map. Initiation works best on attack, disruption works best on defense, but you do it on attack as well. Hack a health pack, and then what you want to do then is just go behind them like this. They're going to be coming through here. Get behind them. I usually go down here quite far, and then Hanzo, maybe Anna, whoever's just died recently will be coming out of spawn. You can shoot at them here to get some ult charge, and then come back. If Reinhardt's here now, which they usually do, you can just hack straight away. Sombra isn't about getting the kills if you play her like that. If you're the best initiator and disruptor in the world, you do not need to get a single kill. She's a really unique character, and I do hope that more people like pick her up and play with her. I've enjoyed my 118 hours so far, and I think the reason why people don't pick her as often is because she doesn't get any kills, or she shouldn't be getting any kills. But if you can aim, you know where to aim, you know how to attack, you know how to defend, you can get golden limbs almost every single game. This is basically wrapped up the Sombra Advanced Guide. Comment if you have any more questions, if you want to know anything more about Sombra's kit or my playstyle, like more in depth. I would be happy to do another video on it. I've really enjoyed doing this. Really happy that I can share to you guys how I play and some of the best tips that I've picked up over the 120 hours. I will see you next time for another Sombra montage, probably.
5, 4, 5, 2. Didn't see that coming. De pelos. So many targets, so little time. Iniciando el hackeo. Sombra online. Let's get started. EMP charge. My ultimate is ready. Enemies on my radar. I'm securing the objective. Looking for me? Boop, boop, boop. Pleasure working with you, McCree. Gotcha. If that is your real name. I'm on fire. Play of the game. 4, 5, 1.